Hey guys, Austin here from LittleBigPodcast. I am finally moved into college all the way across the country from where Daniel is. Now, as you can imagine, that would cause a bit of a problem. So, I actually have a shooting location worked out for next week. It was a little last minute to get into it this week, but I will be shooting on a green screen next week, back with Daniel and doing the normal show, so watch out for that next week. But I did want to shoot here in my dorm and just give you guys a little hello, tell you guys sorry for being a little late. It's partially my fault, partially Daniel's fault. No, just kidding. But it's been a pretty hectic week with meetings and moving in, and pretty excited about the college, and it's going good so far for those of you who asked. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the show this week, and we will see you next time.
Alright guys, welcome to the Big Podcast, as Austin mentioned, and it's kind of weird to be the only one sitting here right now, but that's okay. We'll get on with life, and Austin will join us next week digitally. Right there. It's going to be crazy, right? So, this is really awkward to not have somebody to help me out on all these lines where I need help, but we'll get through this, and sorry for being a little bit late. Once again, as Austin mentioned, that's mostly his fault. Kind of my fault, but mostly his fault since he, had to move into college and everything. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and get started. I have to skip the art for this week since we did have the Sly Cooper thing to judge. I'll get the results to you in a separate video, or actually, I'll just get them to you next week. We do have all the entries, and we'll give you guys an extra week to enter whatever else you want, since this week was quite crazy for anybody living on the East Coast with this hurricane that blew through. I'm sure that might have delayed some of your entries, so we'll account for that and give you guys an extra week to pick up on that. And here we go with the levels. First off, we have first LBP trailer by Citrus Mix. Now, this was a recreation of the level in the very first Little Big Planet trailer ever. And honestly, this was a dream come true to play this level. Basically, ever since this trailer came out, people in Little Big Planet have been dying to play this level. And when Little Big Planet 1 launched, there were some serious changes between this and Final Copy. So this actually got cut out along the way, and it turned out to be an amazing level when somebody actually built it in Little Big Planet 2. So giant props. And for any of you that love that Little Big Planet 1 style, this perfectly embodies Little Big Planet 1. It's like, it just brings the memories back like crazy of playing all those Little Big Planet 1 levels. And my phone is ringing, so I'll answer that real quick, and we'll see what goes on. Hello? Okay, so that was a wonderful phone call, and we are back to the levels. Next up, we have The Lost Temple of the Trees, Part 2 by Shamgar Blade, and this was an incredibly made level. The visuals were great, the gameplay was even better, and it's very original. So the way the level starts out is, if it's multiplayer, one of you has to pick who gets to be the fairy bearer person, but you go over to this platform, grab it, and you get a fairy, and the fairy follows you around, and you can control the fairy by clicking R2 and manipulating it with the right stick. It flies around, and then you click L2 to do like a special power, and it'll change something in the world since it's the nature fairy. And it's really cool the way the level plays out, because it just feels right to be able to, the controls, they just perfectly nailed that. I couldn't have thought of a better way to map out these controls, so they just did perfectly on it, and it had a really good storyline. You had to save the Tree of Life, I think it was? Yeah, the Tree of Life. You had to save the Tree of Life from getting cut down by these evil people that wanted to cut it down. So, next up, we have 6-Axis Unlimited by Angelo Mattei. You can see it on your screen. And this was a super cool level, because you hold your PS3 controller, tilt it from side to side, and you basically move around the Sackboy that does nothing but stand there, and you have to move him through this maze by just simply tilting your controller. And it presented some interesting challenges, and I think my favorite part of this level was the incredibly well done world map that they made. It was just perfect. They did a really good job. It looked like it was depth in 3D space, and I have another phone call, so I'll get back to you guys. Pointless phone call number 2 is now over with, and so we are finishing up talking about this level. It was really well done. The world map fit in perfectly with the level, and they did a really good job. Very challenging at some points, but very rewarding if you beat this level. On to the news. First up, I would like to give myself some shameless self-promotion, but also promote a little bit of what's going on here. There's this website called about.me, and I have a page up there, and you guys can go and vote for my page, and if I win, I get this massive billboard in Times Square. So it'd be really cool if you could go vote for that. You don't have to make any accounts or anything. If you have a Facebook, a Twitter, or something else, you can log in and vote for my page up there, and it's pretty hassle-free, and I'd really appreciate the favor if you could do that. Next up, we have the Toy Story kits. They are all out, so you can go pick up your favorite Toy Story characters and wear their costumes in Little Big Planet 2. And each one of those is $5.99, and the level kit is also for sale in the PlayStation Store. And it's very quality stuff. Really, really good. If you want to check out any of that stuff, we do have playthroughs of the Toy Story level kit. You can check that out on our YouTube page. And I'll put a link in the description, probably an annotation up here. But if you want to watch those, just go to our YouTube page, and you can find them that way. Next up, the World Peace Day costume comes out on Tuesday. Now, this is a really cool costume with a globe for your head and a Twitter bird, I guess, on your shirt. That's what it looks like. But it's really cool, and it's going to be free, but for a limited time only, so be sure to pick that up when you get a chance. Next up, we have the Move Kit, which we have a trailer analysis for on YouTube. We went and broke down this trailer, ripped all the information we could out of it, and it's pretty interesting stuff. So if you want to go see that, you can click on this annotation, or you can go to our YouTube channel and click on it, or you can go to the description where there will be a link there as well. But for the Move Kit, it comes out September 14th. It has a brand new story for Little Big Planet 2, Rise of the Cakeling, with 14 levels, and that looks really, really cool. Next up, it has a power-up for Sackboy, the Brain Crane, where you can manipulate objects in the world with your hat. Next up, we have 3 more gadgets with PlayStation Move: the Movinator, the Move Controller, and the Paint Tool. The Paint Tool is incredible because it looks like Photoshop to me, and I really enjoy looking at that, and I want to use it very badly. So September 14th can't come here soon enough. It comes with 4 music tracks, 8 music sequencer objects, a new sound object, 17 music sequencer instruments. I can't read all this stuff. It's really difficult. A new level background, 6 costumes, 18 materials, 41 decorations, 13 objects, 66 stickers, 39 pins, 11 new PlayStation trophies, and all of that will be released on September 14th. So make sure you go pick up your copy of the Little Big Planet Move Kit, and that will be out on the PlayStation Store September 14th once again. And honestly, I can't talk this up enough, because any of you that are sitting there thinking, wow, Little Big Planet's kind of old, isn't it? I mean, why should I still be playing this game? They're basically releasing an entire new game with this. So it's going to revolutionize the way you play Little Big Planet. So if you don't have a Move controller, I would highly recommend going and picking one up. They are quality stuff. I would pick one of those up, and you can use the navigation controller with it, but you don't have to. You can use the controller, the normal controller. So if you want to pick up a navigation controller as well, some places do offer bundle discounts, so if you can pick one of those up, I would go ahead and do it. Next up, we have Little Big Planet Vita, which we analyzed a trailer of that as well, and it was pretty cool. We found out some interesting stuff that nobody's really pointed out before, like on-screen buttons and all that crazy stuff. So if you want to check that out, you can click the annotation on the screen right now, or go check out the link in the description, or go to our YouTube channel. And I feel like I've said that like a million times now, but anyway, that's all the stuff that we had for this week. So contact us, LittleBigPodcasters@gmail.com, Twitter @LBPodcast, subscribe on YouTube, watch on the go with iTunes, and the PlayStation Home Community Theater. We're in there, and we have a new episode out, I think, from this week. So if you want to go check that out, you can go to the PlayStation Home Community Theater, and we are in there, and you can check us out. That's all I got for this week, so I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.